OpenAI just released GPT 5.4, and they're calling it their most capable model for professional work. That's a big claim. Let's figure out what's actually useful here. I'm going to break down what's new, what's hype, and who should actually care about this update, because not everyone needs the latest model. The headline features sound impressive. ChatGPT embedded directly in Excel and Google Sheets, a 1 million token context window, and new integrations with financial data providers. But here's the question nobody's asking. Do these features actually help you, or are they just shiny objects for press releases? Let's be honest about both. First, some context. OpenAI has been on a steady release cadence. GPT 5.2 came out in 2025 and was their flagship until now. The AI model wars are heating up. Anthropic has Claude, Google has Gemini 3.1, and everyone's fighting for the same customers. Professionals who want AI to actually do work. This release signals OpenAI's strategy: move beyond chat and embed AI directly into the tools people already use. Think spreadsheets, databases, and enterprise software. GPT 5.4 was released on March 5, 2026. It's available now to ChatGPT Plus, Team, and Pro subscribers, and also through their API for developers. If you're already paying for ChatGPT Plus, you have access right now. No waitlist, no additional cost. Just select a new model in your settings. The biggest technical leap is the context window. GPT 5.4 can handle up to 1 million tokens. That's roughly 50 to 100 times longer than previous models could manage. Now, what does 1 million tokens actually mean in practical terms? It means you could upload an entire novel, a full year of financial reports, or a massive code base and ask questions about all of it. Most users won't need this much context, but for lawyers reviewing long contracts or analysts processing quarterly earnings across multiple companies, this is genuinely useful. Here's where my skepticism kicks in. Just because a model can hold 1 million tokens doesn't mean it processes them all equally well. The edges of that context window can get fuzzy. My recommendation: test it with your own documents. Upload something long you've already read, and ask specific questions about details buried in the middle. See how accurate the answers are. The feature getting the most attention is ChatGPT for Excel and Google Sheets. It's launching in beta right now and lets you run AI prompts directly inside your spreadsheets. Imagine highlighting a column of messy data and asking the AI to clean it, categorize it, or write formulas for you. That's the promise here. I've been testing this in the beta, and it works best for formatting and formula generation. Ask it to write a VLOOKUP or clean inconsistent date formats, and it handles that well. Where it struggles is complex financial modeling. It can suggest formulas, but you still need to understand what you're building. Don't expect it to replace a financial analyst. If you work heavily with spreadsheets, request access to the beta now. It's free for Plus subscribers and worth testing on your actual workflows. OpenAI announced enterprise integrations with FactSet, MSCI, Third Bridge, and Moody's. This lets GPT 5.4 pull live market data and company information directly into your conversations. This is clearly aimed at Wall Street. If you're a financial professional with access to these data providers, it could streamline research. For everyone else, it's not particularly relevant. On benchmarks, GPT 5.4 achieves an 83% match or exceed rate against industry professionals on the GDP-Vol benchmark. That's up from 70.9% for GPT 5.2. Benchmarks always need context. The GDP-Vol test measures economic reasoning and professional judgment. An 83% match rate is genuinely impressive, but it's not perfection. OpenAI claims GPT 5.4 is significantly more token efficient than its predecessors. It uses fewer tokens to complete tasks, which could offset the higher per-token pricing. This efficiency claim matters for API users and businesses running lots of queries. For casual ChatGPT Plus users, you probably won't notice a difference in cost or speed. GPT 5.4 also introduces what OpenAI calls computer use capabilities. The model can now drive long-running tasks across multiple applications with fewer back-and-forth interactions. In practice, this means you can give it a multi-step task and it will attempt to complete it autonomously. Think: research a topic, compile findings, and draft an email summary. The computer use feature is powerful but needs supervision. I'd recommend starting with low-stakes tasks and reviewing the output carefully before trusting it with important work. There's also a GPT 5.4 Pro version available for users who need maximum performance on complex tasks. This comes at a higher price point through the Pro subscription. The Pro tier targets power users running complex analyses, coding projects, or enterprise workflows. Most people won't need it, but it exists for those who push the model hard. Google responded to this release with Gemini 3.1 Flashlight, positioning it as a faster and cheaper alternative. The competition between these companies benefits users through better features and pricing pressure. This competitive landscape means you have options. Claude, Gemini, and ChatGPT all have different strengths. The best tool depends on your specific use case. Don't commit to one platform religiously. Test all three with your actual work tasks. You might find Claude handles writing better while ChatGPT excels at data analysis. Looking at pricing, GPT 5.4 costs slightly more per token than GPT 5.2 through the API. But OpenAI claims efficiency gains mean total costs may actually decrease for many tasks. If you're using the API heavily, run some tests comparing token usage between models. The math might work in your favor despite the higher per token rate. Here's what I'd actually recommend doing this week. If you're a ChatGPT Plus subscriber, open your settings and switch to GPT 5.4 for your next substantial task. Test it with something you've done before on earlier models. That gives you a direct comparison. Does it feel faster? Are the answers more accurate? More complete? For the 1 million token context window, try uploading a long document you know well. Ask questions about specific details from different sections. See if it actually retrieves accurately. If you work with spreadsheets daily, sign up for the Excel and Sheets beta immediately. Even if it doesn't revolutionize your workflow, learning these tools early gives you an advantage. Now, let me be honest about what's mostly hype. The enterprise integrations with financial data providers are irrelevant, unless you already have expensive subscriptions to those services. The computer use capabilities sound impressive, but autonomous AI agents still need human oversight. Don't expect to set it loose on complex workflows without checking its work. And honestly, if you're happy with GPT 5.2 or Claude for your current tasks, there's no urgency to switch. Better models don't automatically mean you need to change what's working. The people who should care most about this release are heavy API users, financial professionals with existing data provider subscriptions, and anyone who regularly processes very long documents. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe. We cover new AI tools and updates every week, always focused on what's actually useful rather than what's just making headlines. One thing worth noting, GPT 5.4 combines stronger reasoning abilities with the computer use features. This means it's not just answering questions better, it's actually executing tasks more reliably. The combination matters. Previous models could write code but struggled to test and iterate on it. GPT 5.4 can now run code, see errors, and fix them in a more fluid loop. If you're a developer or someone who writes scripts, this is where GPT 5.4 shines brightest. The ability to iterate and debug makes it feel more like a collaborator than a suggestion engine. For non-technical users, the improvements are more subtle. You might notice slightly better answers, more coherent long responses, or faster completion times, but nothing revolutionary. According to OpenAI's announcement, GPT 5.4 can drive long-running tasks and multi-application workflows with fewer back-and-forth interactions. That's a direct quote from their release. Fewer interactions means less babysitting. You can give it a complex instruction, walk away, and come back to completed work. When it works, it feels magical. When it doesn't, you've wasted time. Start with clearly defined tasks that have obvious success criteria. Clean this data. Write this specific email. Analyze this document for these 5 questions. Specificity helps. Let's talk about who shouldn't rush to upgrade. If you're using AI casually for quick questions, recipe suggestions, or simple writing help, GPT 5.2 or even GPT-4 is probably fine. The incremental improvements in GPT 5.4 matter most for power users doing complex knowledge work. Everyone else can relax and keep using what they have. Here's my honest verdict. GPT 5.4 is a solid incremental upgrade with one genuinely useful feature, the spreadsheet integration, and one potentially game-changing feature, the extended context window. The enterprise integrations and computer use features are more specialized. Most users won't need them yet, but they signal where AI productivity tools are heading. My suggestion, try it this week with a real task from your actual work. Not a test prompt, but something you normally do manually. That's the only way to know if it helps you specifically. That's GPT 5.4 in a nutshell. Some real improvements, some marketing polish, and a few features that only matter if you're already deep in enterprise workflows. We'll keep testing these tools and reporting back on what actually works. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.